Welcome, everyone. Today we are tackling a big question. SAP says RISE is the future of ERP, but is it really your RISE or theirs? My name is Krista Glantschnig, and with me today I have Eric Helmer, Rimini CTO. Welcome, Eric.
Thank you.
And Luiz Mariotto, the Global Head of SAP Services. Welcome, Luiz. Together we will explore why CIOs are rethinking ERP modernization and how agentic AI ERP offers a smarter path. SAP says RISE simplifies ERP. Eric, why are CIOs pushing back?
Well, I think it's the pure cost. It's the complexity. It's the risk. It's the disruption to people's business to re-implement every single module to get a few things, right? So CIOs are rethinking, why would I want to re-implement 50 things to get 3 things? Why not just go get the 3 things, right? And it really also comes down to leverage. When you go into that subscription locked-in model, I mean, CIOs are smart today. They know that's a one-way trip you can't come back from, right? And if you decide that RISE is no longer good for you, you are re-implementing on something else yet again. And that is a really tough problem to be in. So CIOs today are looking to retain the leverage. And who gets the leverage? It's who owns the license.
Right.
So you will either have the license for yourself and retain the leverage, or you're a rented tenant in somebody else's house. And now you have no leverage in that relationship.
Good insights, Eric. So what does modernization look like without a disruptive re-implementation?
Well, so let's think about what we're seeing in the industry here today. We're starting to see people take functionality and modules out of the big monolithic ERPs today and choosing best fit solutions. For example, we're seeing people take HR out and maybe go to something like Workday, or CRM out and maybe go to something like Sales. So we're seeing a decomposition of the monolithic ERP in favor of best fit solutions. And we think that trend is going to continue. It's just going to continue to decompose and decompose as people are finding best fit solutions to solve their business problems in the most cost-effective way. But the problem is now, how do you glue it all together? How do you get everything to all talk to one another? And that's where Rimini Street's agentic AI comes in on top of it, where we will put in an agentic AI layer that glues all of this stuff together in one common data fabric. And then we create persona-based intelligent workspaces that the end users then will interact. So what we're really doing is abstracting the technology underneath it from the end user. So now we have the ability to manipulate anything under the scenes and the plumbing underneath without any change management or training that we need for the end users. And that really is the way that we do the best transformation without the disruption, because now we've extracted that and have the ability to do things. You would never be able to do that in a locked-in monolithic model with a single ERP vendor.
So, Eric, we say ERP is really dead as we know it today. What do you think is the future?
Well, it's that agentic AI layer that is going to be gluing a whole bunch of things together that are single modular situations. That whole thing now, that is a bunch of different systems, is now going to be the definition of what people are calling the ERP. Or maybe we don't even use the word ERP anymore. We call it something completely different, because it is now a selection of best fit solutions, right? That is now going to be the way that people are going to take the leverage back from the vendors, because now they can say, well, if I don't like your solution, I'll take yours out, they'll plug this one back in, and they'll be able to do that seamlessly at a data orchestration layer.
Yeah. It sounds like, why to invest to another ERP right now when the ERP is dead?
That's right.
Luiz, clients tell us that cost is a big driver. Where are they seeing the biggest savings?
Well, that's true. Cost is definitely a big driver, but it's not only the cost, it's the cost and the risk for a non-clear business case, right? If you need to invest millions, right, in implementing, in customizing, adapt your ERP system to attend your business needs, and now you needed to invest another several millions to upgrade it to a new version without clear business case, that is the cost problem. When clients move it to the Rimini model, so the first savings are very quickly in the support costs. So we provide savings up to 50% compared to the SAP support maintenance costs.
Right.
But that's not the biggest savings. The biggest savings is avoiding these major projects that could take several years and cost several millions. Again, with no clear ROI. So what clients are realizing now with this agent AI model is you can fast innovate, bring this composable architecture on top of your current SAP without having all this big cost of the upgrades.
So essentially self-funds.
Yes, but you can shift the fundings, the savings, right, to accelerate innovation and prioritize what is important for your business. Let's take, for example, a client in Japan. Idemitsu is one of our largest oil and gas client in Japan. So they have a huge SAP, right? It's highly customized. So they invest millions, right? So in that system. So, and now they're looking for ways to make innovation faster, adapting their invoicing systems to their distributors, applying AI on that. So they realize that they can achieve those goals much faster with the composable model. So they can connect it, right? So best of breed applications on top of SAP, and they don't need to go to a multi-year, multi-million dollar implementation for S4HANA or for RISE. So we think the clients are realized that this is a much better model and much better cost-effective situation.
Here's the takeaway. SAP's path means migration first, innovation later. Our path means innovation now, without disruption, without lock-in, and with massive saving. The question is, which future do you want? Let's connect, and thank you for joining us today.